Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dash of Élan. I'm going to go into part 5 of my campaign, Napoleon and Glory, or Victory and Glory, not Napoleon and Glory. Victory and Glory Napoleon. Part 5 to my campaign, Dash for the Danube. I think it starts in 1805, goes as far as 1815 or 16. I can't remember which, I'll have to look that up. Glad you could join me. See how far we get this time. First off, I want to give out a couple shout-outs. Bruce Schmidt and Donkey Milkman. You guys have been leaving me comments in this particular video series, and I appreciate that, giving me tactics and strategies. One of which, thanks to Bruce, I will be utilizing in this session, which is basically one thing I'm doing here that I never really thought about was all these extra commanders with whoever, if it's Napoleon or someone else. There's too many commanders here, so a better use of these guys, these extra commanders, would be to leave them back in Paris or somewhere in France where they could pick up troops and move them forward to reinforce Napoleon later. It's a much better idea than, say, leaving them in battle with, say, Napoleon, where they can die. Because unfortunately, they are not protected by the guard like Napoleon is. If you don't know that rule, if there's at least one guard unit with Napoleon during a battle, he cannot be killed during the battle. The other generals, these sub-generals, if you will, they can be killed, regardless of the presence of the guard. So they're really no use here. If Napoleon gets killed, the campaign's over anyway. So as long as I got a guard unit. So I'm going to pull these guys out of here and kind of pick up some of these troops laying around and so on and so forth. That comes from Bruce. He pointed that out, and I thank you for that, man. I'm going to see if I can change things up during this session. Anyway, we did have a pretty big battle here with Davout in the last session, going against Wellington himself. The British landed up here in Hanover, and basically, Davout won. He actually held his ground against Wellington. He's very under strength at the moment, as you see. He has too many commanders as well. I'll pull one of them out. He's only got 3 units left, and that was because of that battle. But he won it, and it was a really fun, enjoyable game. And if you haven't seen it, check out Session 4. It's the last battle of that session, actually. And it's quite fun. Quite tiptoeing all the way around and all the way through it. I do have one general back here in reserve. I have Paris occupied by the militia. They can't leave France, so they're pretty much useful only here in France. Davout needs to be reinforced ASAP. His original intent to my strategy was to protect Napoleon's left as he focused on taking out Austria, which I'm still in the process of doing. I have to hold out for another turn or so to secure this and force Austria out of the conflict. They will become friendly neutral if I do so. But Davout needs reinforcements quickly, and he's being faced off against the Prussians, Brunswick. Wellington is still up here. There's not much in terms of other Prussian units here. They have been somewhat defeated and pushed back. We have the Russians moving up to reinforce the Austrians. I can see right here. Buxauden is moving towards Hungary, where Ferdinand is located with the remnants of the Austrian forces that were defeated. Over here's another Austrian army, which has no commander and therefore is no real threat. It can't attack me, can't move, basically. They need a commander to do that. Also down here, I'm on the brink of forming the Kingdom of Italy. I just need to get troops situated in the Papal States, Milan, Piedmont, and Venice as well before I can play that card and declare the Kingdom of Italy. That'll give me some extra troops. And I'll show you that card in a second, as well as the diplomatic situation. So currently, I want to reinforce Davout as quickly as possible. Napoleon is going to remain. Ideally, I want to move him north to take on the Prussians as quickly as possible, but I don't think I want to leave Vienna at this point, not when the enemy is still close at hand and is obviously attempting to form up with the Russians here to make a much bigger army. Be 18 strong if they both combine. That's quite a bit, but Napoleon can take care of that. I'm not afraid of that. Let's check out the cards real quick. Kingdom of Northern Italy. French troops must occupy Piedmont, Milan, Venice, and the Papal States. We gain 5 Italian units. Austria will move 4 spaces down the diplomatic track. So I want to play this early while I'm still at war with Austria. If they're at peace with me, this will greatly influence their diplomatic status because it's going to be -4 to it. And if we look at the diplomatic situation, Italy is fine. They're neutral, 7. Germany is at 1. That means they're very susceptible to the British influence. They might join Britain. Spain is friendly neutral. It means I can move troops through their territories. Much better than neutral, where you can't do that. And I'm at war with Austria, Prussia, and Russia. They're at 0. I have no political points to influence anybody. Hopefully we can take out Austria and gain, I think, about 4 diplomatic points. You can use 2 in every turn. So we'll see if I can gain them and boost Germany's diplomatic rating with me. So let's jump into this. And the first thing I'm going to do is focus on Italy real quick here. Massena needs to start moving down. He needs to, let's see, I need to split his army up. I'm going to take him on a little ride. So he's going to go over there, and I'm going to take some of these troops with him. I think I need about 3, or do I need 4? Let me accept that and double check this. I need to have troops here, 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 and here, so 3 more. And let me right click off of that and move this army out of the way. So here he is, right there. So leave them, and I got 1, 2, 3, and then I can use that card. So he's going to do that, and then he's going to move into the Papal States. So you need a general with your troops to be able to move them. So what I'm trying to do is move him around and leave troops in each of these areas in Italy, so I could play that Kingdom of Italy card, gain some extra troops, and have these guys join my community known as the Empire of France. Let's double check this game summary. Regions controlled, 18 currently. Here's the point values. If the game goes the distance, victory will be determined with these. So it's very early on at the moment, so I'm not too concerned with that. So we're done here. Next, let me double check this army, which has no general, unfortunately, but neither does he. They're going to continue to hold their position. And that's where I could use one of these extra generals. And actually, that would be a good time to move, say, Soult. You don't want to do that, you'll get caught. You could lose your generals that way. If I remember correctly, I've had some generals overrun by the enemy because they were alone and they were lost. So I'm not going to do that just yet. I could withdraw them back into Bavaria. That's somewhat safer. So I will do that. So let me see if I... No, I can't. He's selected, but if I click here, he's going to leave. The whole entire army will leave. You got to split them. So I'm going to take Soult and Lens and Ney. I'll leave Murat with Napoleon. Oops, I'm going to do it one at a time. That's annoying. So hopefully I won't lose my entire army here. And let me see, let's put Napoleon down here out of the way. Okay, that looks good. And I'm going to move him. Oh, winter attrition, I forgot about that. We are in the January-February part of the year, which means if you move, you're risking losing casualties. Now, I don't know what would happen if it was just a general moving. He has no units with him. Could he be killed? So I'm not going to risk that at the moment. But what I will do, right-click off of that, move Napoleon out of the way. I think I'll combine them. I'm probably going to end up moving them over together up into Bavaria. So I'm not going to move them because of that. No need to. Davos is going to withdraw into Belgium. I'm going to try it. And no effects from winter attrition. so none of the units suffered. I have no troops to move up to meet him. This is where I would need that extra little general, which would be helpful. And let's see, our cards. So we're about to play this pretty soon. Bright Major Nation could be useful. In fact, it's probably very useful. I've never used it, actually. I don't want to give up any of my nations yet, not that it matters. This is an important card. Recruit minor nation troops in Italy. And it'll reduce Italy's on the track, but I'm not too worried about them. There's 6 or 7. But by playing this, I'm going to get 2 units in the region of Italy. And that will speed up this whole process. I'm going to put them in Piedmont. So I'll select that region. And I'll choose 2 units. I'm going to take a cannon and the cavalry. We're going to accept that. And there we go. I got 2 troops right here. So all he has to do is move into Milan. And I can play that card. So that was a good use of the card. Let me see here. Minor nation joins the empire. Nope, I don't want to give any political points to Great Britain. No, not yet. I'm going to play this card and get a new general. And where do I want to put him? I could put him in here with this guy in Venice. That'll make him more useful. Or I could put him down here. The next turn, by the way, will be the spring recruiting turn. That's where I think I'm going to put him. Because then he could pull those troops forward and reinforce Davout. So I'm going to put him in here. You have to select an army. And there he is. Mortier is now with the militia. Grand Army of Militia. But they can't move out of France, I don't think. But let me get him out of there. He don't want to be with them. Their last ditch effort. That's what that is. So there he is. Let's move him away from them so I don't hit him by mistake. That's good. All right, so he'll be able to pick up those troops and move up to Davout quickly. Next turn, they should be able to combine over in here. So that'll be good. Now it's up to the Russians and the Austrians to see what they do. I anticipate them moving into Hungary, reinforcing each other, and providing a much bigger army for Napoleon to deal with. And we'll see what these guys do. So here we go. So here's Britain uses political points. Dastardly British. Played horse artillery. He's going to get guns, horse artillery guns. Basically convert his light artillery to horse artillery. Allows him to shoot twice. Pretty powerful, actually. Russians. He applied it to that Russian army up there. Still holding out against France. So Austria has not succumbed to my will. 3 units as reinforcements. I would like to know how it decides how much you get in reinforcements. Is it random? Or is it based on the number of regions or what? I'm not sure about that. Paid a look into the manual. And again, that manual is worth looking at. I highly recommend it if you're new to this game or if you've never read it yet but you've been playing this game. Have a look at it. It shows you a lot of interesting details on how the AI comes up with various modifiers for the game, which can help you strategically and tactically in making your decisions during battles. All right, so I get 3 units. What do we want? Would like some light cavalry. I definitely want some more guns. I'm going to get some more French infantry in there. They're the workhorse. But, I use heavy cavalry a lot. I have that card. So I'm going to take some lights. There's 2 available. That way I could use the card to convert them to heavy if I need them. It's light cavalry are useful. The French units, they show up down here. Only 3, unfortunately. And that's why I have this other general back here. He's going to swipe them up and move them up towards Davout, who needs them desperately. After that last session of fighting. Look at that. Prussians. New Russian units. Don't know where he's going. New Ottoman units. Don't know if we'll see the Ottomans come into play. always declare war on him. I do have that card. That'll bring him into play. I think. We'll see if they come into play. All right, it's my turn. I wish something would pop up on the screen that says, now it's your turn. I think it does at some point. I didn't see it just now. So, activations 4 remaining. So I have 4 activations this turn, and it's randomly generated. I think it's like 3 to 6 or 3 to 5 activations per turn. Anyway, let's get to this. First, let's get down to Italy, where I like to start for some reason. And we're going to drop off a guy in the Papal States. So let me right-click him. We're going to move this guy separate. We're going to accept that. So there he is. And let's take this, Messina. He's going to move up to Milan. Now we're going to play that card. We're going to create the Kingdom of Italy. Where are you? So I have to have French troops in those areas, those 4 spots, which I do. I gain 5 Italian units. I pick the region, I believe, where they show up. And Austria moves 4 down on the diplomatic track. Now, the reason why I want to play this is because Austria is currently at 0. So it doesn't matter where they set and take that -4 penalty. I don't think it does. I'm pretty certain it doesn't. But anyway, I have to pick a region where they're going to show up. And I think I'm going to put them in here. It would be nice in Venice, actually, to be totally honest with you. But I don't like using allied troops. But I will put them there. Might leave them behind, but unlikely. I'm probably going to use them. I need my troops. So now Venice is no longer a required position to hold to conquer the Austrians. I just noticed that because the symbol left. So it's just Vienna. That's interesting. I didn't anticipate that. That was good. All right, so there they are in need of a general. Let's see. These are all my generals. I don't want to move them anywhere in that region. This army has no general either. I'm going to... Let's see. I would like to get a general down here. I can move him south this way to Bulgaria. So I'm going to move them back into Bulgaria. Into the Tyrol. I'll drop one off. If this guy gets conquered, we'll see what happens. Right here, Mortier, I want to combine him with these guys, and then I want them to move up north. And I want Davout to head south and join up. There. So now we've got a bigger army for Davout. He's got a little reinforcements. And while I'm at it, let me detach some of these commanders. I'm going to take out a 5. Bernadotte, he's going to go off on his own as well. All right, and again, this is thanks to Bruce Schmidt for this little idea. A reminder, I never really thought about it. I just get so caught up doing what I'm doing. Didn't pay attention, but it is an excellent idea. So, again, I'm still new to the game, but I am learning. Anyway, so here we are down here. He needs a general, nothing. Napoleon's going to hold out. And that's it. So that's the March-April turn. So there's the diplomatic situation in Germany is now 0. I need Austria to capitulate. So let's move this along on the turn sequence. Minor nation joins the empire. The U.S. purchases the Louisiana territory. The French player may recruit 2 units in France. I could use that right now. So I'm going to take that card. All right, let's see what the Allied forces do. Of course, there's the British playing with their boats. Making big, giant boats. Enemy fleet is attacking. Oh, God. Driving me out of port. I'm going to completely automate this because it's like 1 ship going against his 2. Yeah, good luck. They captured it? Is that what it was? Marginal defeat. Okay. Prize is converted here, so I guess he captured it. There's the Russians moving into the Grand Duchy. Austrians pulled back. They're probably going to combine with the Russians there. I'm surprised they fell back from Hungary. Unless they're anticipating losing Austria. Something the AI is not telling me. The Prussians combined with the Russians. There it is, Austria defeated. You have humbled the mighty Austrian Empire. Your troops have occupied Vienna. Central Europe now obeys your commands. Diplomacy has reduced Austria to the status of a friendly neutral. This state will last for 1 calendar year. That's good. Now, a friendly neutral, to remind you, means that you can move through their territories. You don't need to declare war on them. So, that's good. New event cards drawn. Okay, skirmishers. So that's the end of Austria. Oh, what's this? Nation restored. Spain has resumed its place among the powers of Europe. Her armed forces are once again available to defend its national sovereignty. Spain is currently neutral towards France and Great Britain. Okay, so they're no longer friendly neutral to me, which means I can't move through their territories. Not a major concern. Oh, they chased my fleet out of there. It was a Spanish port I was located in. It's okay. So, they're not at war with me or anything, but they've decided that, you know what? We don't need to listen to you. We're going to start building up our armies and doing what we want. That goes for you too, Great Britain. So, yeah, that's the situation. All right. I guess it's my turn. Nothing popped up in front of my window here saying that. I wish there would. Sometimes there is. It says it's your turn. Something like that. I didn't see anything here. All right, so let's see. I have 6 activations this turn. Again, it's randomly generated. It's like 3 to 6. So that's pretty good. First thing we want to do, let me see. What's this? I want to move them into Paris. I noticed nothing there. Davout is still massively under strength with only 6, but I am going to move him forward into Belgium. These guys can't move, but that's going to change quite soon. Let's see, this army could really use salt. So he's going to head south. And he's going to take Ney with him. My intention here, let's see which one he is. That's Lanz. I'm going to move him into Baden, where he will pick up these 2 units. And Ney and Soult will head to the Tyrol, towards Venice, where they will meet up with this pretty decent army, which will help me, I would hope. They're kind of far away. Sena would be pretty useful as well. I don't think I could move into the Tyrol from here. I'm not sure. But, boy. I'm going to move him in there. Let him combine with the army, actually. Well, that was a waste of time with Ney. Anyway, Napoleon is ready to move once again. He's only got 12. Not a very big army. He needs to be reinforced. If I start moving out towards Prussia now, I'm probably going to get swamped. There is some sizable Russian armies in this area. I need Davout forward with troops, and I do have reinforcements here. Whether I move them further north to help Davout or split them off to help me, which is most likely, we'll see. I can't do it now, so let me check out my cards once again. Storms. We're going to play this. Damage squadrons will be ready for duty after 2 turns. We're going to play that. Select the fleet. British fleet. Where's that one that savaged me? There's only 2 there. Well, still, it could be more deadly. Should pick a big fleet. Yeah, that was kind of a waste. Survived unscathed. Well, yeah, whatever. Alright, let's see. Skirmishers we're definitely going to play. We played on Napoleon's army, kind of buff him up a little bit. He's going to have skirmisher, and he will have skirmisher ability. Now, it's indicated by these white dots where the nationality color is located in the corner there. These guys get to shoot twice. The first time is an attempt to disrupt the target. The second time is an attempt to cause damage and casualties. But basically, they shoot twice, and that's a good thing. Light horse artillery works the same kind of way. You convert light batteries to horse batteries, and it allows him to shoot twice. And it's literally damage both times, I believe. Okay, what are the cards that we want to play here? I'm going to play this. Because I could use those units since I only got 3 this turn. Let's see. I think I took the light cav. Be nice to take another one. I think I'm going to take 2 units of infantry because I'm severely lacking. Remember, Davout took a beating. So there they are. They can't move on their own. But thankfully, I have generals here. So yeah, that'll be useful. What else? What else are we looking at? Recruit minor nation troops in Germany. They're already at 0, so I might as well use this. I can't do it. I have to have troops there, I believe. Let me read the whole card. I didn't read it. Recruit 2 units from those available in any German region that is a member of the French Empire. Oh, right here. Let me see. Why didn't it let me play that? What am I missing? Ah. You must raise the diplomatic rating for Germany to 2 or higher. Okay. I tried to be a cheapskate there because I knew they were at 0. Minor nation joins the empire. No diplomatic points for Britain. To be quite honest with you, playing this, using this strategy of not giving away diplomatic points to the British, it seems to be working. It seems to be helping me. Because whenever I played before, I was always getting those nations to join. You know, when there's really no reason, really, that I can see. It gives you victory points and troops or whatever. But you don't really need them, especially the victory points right away. So why bother doing it? And it gives Britain all this political clout to influence the other nations and do all kinds of other evil things against France. So this is a card here. Kingdom of Bavaria created. French troops must occupy Bavaria and Tyrol, and Austria must be at peace with France. You will gain 4 German units in Bavaria. Austria will move 4 spaces down the diplomatic track. We don't want to do that, because Austria is at 6, and they'd be at 2. So, yeah, we're going to end that. Well, there they go. 6 on 6. The enemy approaches. Hostile forces under Wellington against Davout. Once again, they fight. We will fight this. All right, Davout. There's your previous enemy from the last session. We're definitely going to fight this one out. No battle card to play. I thought I had some. That one card was only for Napoleon. All right, well, here we are. I could ask for better odds, but I don't. Where's my mediums? There they are. Go back to the infantry. I got lights. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll keep the cavalry back just to keep them from being shot at. All right, we'll fight it. Yeah, I know. We're about a half an hour into the session, so we'll finish this battle off. What am I doing here? Let's see. I want to try... Ooh, his cavalry's pretty strong. Oh, that was an accident. Didn't realize I was clicked on my infantry. Yeah, he had initiative quite a bit there. Eliminated. I was hoping they'd form square, but really doesn't matter. I probably should have went after his heavy cav here. I don't know how effective this cannon will be against them. Let's see what the... it is. +1. +5 against disrupted infantry. This should be a little less. +1 and +1. So, might as well shoot them. I do have my light cav back here. He's not doing too well, folks. I got disrupted. All right. Fight the next round. Well, let me rally this guy. Oh, I can place him there. See, in a minor battle, you're allowed to move immediately from reserve, no matter what turn it is. Right into the battle line. You can't do that with large battles. So before the round even begins, I moved him up from reserve. So fight the next round. Here we go. I have initiative. Well, first thing I want to do is pound away at his heavy cav. I don't know how useful that'll be. I'm disrupted. He attacked my artillery. Didn't do anything. Fire our guns on him. Routed. That's good news. I'll prefer to keep these guys fresh against the cavalry, to be honest with you. Attack me. Okay. Let's try that. That's good. And he withdrew from the battle. Now the pursuit. And yes, I kept my light cavalry fresh, thankfully. He has 1. So I do have a definite advantage here. Let's see what I can do. I got a hit on him. I'd like to see Wellington become a casualty. That would be nice. Okay, so there you go. It was a useless attack for him. Kept me on my toes. That's about it. Davout didn't take any substantial losses. He's now in an advantageous position against the Allies. Interesting. Spain down there doing all kinds of nastiness, gathering their forces for what I don't know. Let's check the diplomacy on them. See how many points I got. By the way, I should have gained 4 see, it didn't tell me the turn starts. Oh, there it is. New French turn. All right, as I was saying, I look at the diplomacy here. I have 4 political points. Can only use 2 in a turn. I'm going to use 2 right now to lessen the likelihood that Germany throws off the loving tenderness arms of the French. We don't want that. So I still have 2 left. I can't use them this turn. So let's look at this before we end the session. We got Spain. It's now a sovereign nation. It's building up its armies for what I don't know. My fleet of 4 fell back into French territory. I did declare the Kingdom of Italy, finally. And I do have a General Massena down here with a pretty decent-sized army, 14 to be exact. Lots of allied units, unfortunately. I do have some generals up here that can help out and take over for him. I think I want to deploy one down here and get one moving back this way. Or actually, right here would be good. Pick up these guys and then reinforce Davout, who's really, ever since that initial battle against Wellington, has been drained of troops. And right here I do have a couple more generals with some more troops that I will move up to reinforce Davout. And Napoleon, he's got to start moving on Prussia immediately in the next session. But before he can really commit to that, he has to get Davout moving forward, who really can't because he's being reinforced. And there are troops to reinforce Napoleon in the south near Italy. So it might come from that direction. I might have to delay the attack on Prussia. I doubt it. I'm probably going to move right in and attack. All right, folks, that's it for this session. I hope you enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe, leave me some comments. Feel free to leave tactics and strategies, whether you're new to this game or an old hat. Let me know what you think. And if you want to see more of these types of games or more of this particular game, leave it in the comments. Let me know. Like, share, subscribe, and always remember, folks, hang in there. It's only going to get better. Take care.